What is going on, YouTube familia? Welcome back to The Organized Millennial. I'm Anna, and today I am back with another memory plan with me. Today I'm going to be using this gorgeous kit from Saucy Stickers Co. called Music Speaks, because I freaking adore music to the depths of my soul, basically. There is a song for all of my moods, I feel like, and I find it to be just so healing and relaxing, and also a way to turn up and just there for me all the time during some rough times. So I am very much a music addict, and I thought this kit was absolutely gorgeous. It's one of the first kits that I've seen that focuses on music. I'm sure there are other kits out there that do the same. If you happen to have any or know of any, go ahead and link them down below in the comments, because I will never get tired of music spreads, if I'm being honest with you guys. So in the past few memory plan with me's, I have been doing more of a Q&A style. I just find it to be more enjoyable doing a plan with me that way, but also watching plan with me's like that. So if you guys would rather me talk through stickers, then you can totally let me know down below in the comments. I do have a birthday spread coming up for next week's memory plan with me, and I will probably be walking you guys through my stickers in that one, so that'll be more of a standard plan with me. But for this week, I am going to be doing a music themed Q&A, of course, to go with the kit that we're using, and I am so excited to go through these questions with you guys. So let's get started. Full disclosure, friends, I kind of struggled through this plan with me as far as just not liking the way I put down stickers or the spacing, so you'll see me pick up and put down stickers probably a ton throughout this, especially in the sidebar. For some reason I was just struggling, so I did try to edit most of that part out, but you guys still might see some of my struggle. Just know that even though I'm on here on YouTube every day and every spread, is certainly not perfect, but I hope you guys still enjoy it and enjoy the Q&A. So let's get started. So the first question is probably the most basic question when it comes to music, and it is, what is your favorite genre of music to listen to? So I pretty much listen to all genres of music. I can't say that just one is my favorite, but if you were to like scroll through my iTunes library, you'd probably see a majority of R&B, you'd probably see a good amount of pop on there, you'll see plenty of Latin music on there. Yeah, probably those three probably dominate, some hip-hop on there. But you'll see a little bit of everything too in addition to those. I think the only genre I really don't listen to much is country. I'm sorry for my country fans out there. I just cannot get into country for some reason. So everything else pretty much you will find in my iTunes library. So the next question is, do you have a favorite musical artist or band, singer, etc.? So of course I do, y'all. Come on. Come on, of course I do. I have multiple, because how can you possibly pick a favorite? But of course, you guys probably already know this if you're not new to the channel. I am a certified member of the Beehive. I absolutely love Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. She is the queen, and if you don't agree, just don't tell me about it in the comments. Like, don't tell me about it in the comments. So we can just avoid that bad time that we're gonna have. Let's just not talk about it if you don't agree. But if you do agree, feel free to drop that down below in the comments. And the next question I have actually is, who are your faves and why? So I can go on about Beyonce forever, but I really love, aside from the fact that she's absolutely ridiculously talented, she's one of the best performers ever, I feel like, in history. I also love the things that she stands for, her empowerment of women, her empowerment of the Black community recently, the way she carries herself, how strong she is, how vulnerable she makes herself in a lot of her music choices lately. I would say post pretty much post Beyonce album in 2013, I believe that dropped. I feel like she's been taking so many risks with her music and with her visuals when it comes to her visual albums, her videos, and I am here for that. It takes courage to put out your art into the world for people essentially to critique everything. Because that's what people do. So I really admire her in so many ways, and those are just some of the few reasons why I adore her. I also appreciate that she tends to use, she has such a huge platform, and she tends to use it for things that really matter, which, I mean, at this point in her career, she really could do anything that she wants, and she still chooses to do things that really matter to the community that a lot of her fan base is a part of. So that's a long-winded answer, but I can talk about the queen forever. I'll move on. My other faves are Latino artists, really. So the first one is Marc Anthony. And if you are not a part of the Latino culture, that might seem surprising to you, but he is really iconic among the Latino market and Latino culture. He is amazing, like living legend type of deal. So I absolutely adore him. And there is a group called Aventura, who they no longer are together, but the solo artist has, they broke off and did their own things. And the lead vocalist, I should say, has like a great solo career, but they are a bachata group, and bachata is a genre very traditional of Dominican culture, known for its, I want to say it's like guitar, I should have come prepared and looked this up, but known for like a very distinct sound made with the guitar in a lot of bachata songs. Basically, if you've heard one bachata song, you've heard all bachata songs. But somehow this group came out, Aventura, and really modernized the sound of bachata by adding R&B flavor to it, pop flavor to it, a little hip-hop flavor to it, and it really made it appeal more to a younger audience, myself included. This was back in like late 90s, early 2000s, so I was in my teenage years at that point, and a lot of times Spanish music or Latino music that my parents would listen to would be considered like old people music. I'm like, I'm not listening to that. I'm listening to NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears and all that craze that was happening in the late 90s, early 2000s. And really Marc Anthony and Aventura were the first Latino artists that really caught my attention and helped me connect so much with my roots and my culture. So they're always top notch for me. So that's a very long-winded answer to the question that I asked, but those are my faves, and those are why they are my faves. Of course, I have several favorite artists, but we don't want to be here forever on that question. So the next question is, do you hum to yourself or whistle when you are feeling cheery? Oh my God, why did I even pick this question? Yes, I hum to myself, all of the above. I hum to myself, whistle to myself, I sing in the shower. I am that person. Lately, all I've been singing, humming, and whistling is the Hamilton soundtrack, so my boyfriend's like super done with me at this point because it's all that I have been singing, because there's so many songs on the soundtrack, and every day it's like a different song is in my head because it's so freaking good. So that is what your girl's been humming, singing, and whistling for the past like month, I feel like, at this point. So let's see. The next question is, when was the last time that you went to a concert? Oh my God. My last concert was actually last year. I think it was last year? I think it was last year. Oh my God. Or 2 years ago at this point. My last concert was the On the Run 2 tour, which was with Jay-Z and Beyonce, of course, because y'all know. It was either last August or the August before that. So it must have been last August. I feel like it hasn't been that long since I've been to a concert. And that concert, y'all, oh my God. So it was like August 5th, I think, of whichever year, 2018 or 2019. And I went with my boyfriend and my best friend, who also stans Beyonce hardcore. My boyfriend kind of stans her, like enough that he'll go to a concert with me, but like me and my best friend really stan. So we went to this concert and we were in the 6th row, you guys. Yes, the 6th, right? 6th, you heard that right. Like number 6, right after 5. That row, that's the row we were in, which is the closest I've ever been at a Beyonce concert. So we were basically losing our minds. And there was this one part in the show. It was so hot that day, you guys. Like, it was so hot that day. It must have been at least 90 something degrees out that day. And it was in a stadium because they do stadium tours. And we had been at the stadium for like 5 or 6 hours before, because it was in Gillette Stadium and they had like restaurants there, they had shopping there, so we decided to just make it a whole day. So we went super early, we ate, we shopped, we hung out, radio stations were there, so we made it a whole thing. And the show started, and there was one part in the show where she had flames coming up from the stage, like legit flames coming up from the stage, and we were so close, you guys. When I tell you I saw God, y'all, I saw God when those flames came up, because it was so hot that I did not think I was gonna make it. Like, just imagine turning on your stove top if you have like gas burners, but that flame is like 3 times larger because it's on a stage and you're like maybe 10 feet away from it. It was so freaking hot. And me and my best friend were like, yo, the things we do for this woman and the things we put up with are just they're not even funny at this point. Like, this is some bull. This is some bull. Anyways, so it was great, but it was rough. It was rough, y'all. So yeah, you guys, that was a whole thing. So the next question is more related to kind of the music industry in general. So the question is, the recording industry, at least in regards to popular music in general, has gone from selling singles in the 1950s and early 60s to LPs in the 70s and 80s. Consumers now seem to have gone back to listening to individual songs as singles they download from the internet. Why do you think this is? You know, I was just actually thinking about this because I remember, I might be aging and dating myself here, but I remember being so excited to get like a physical CD. I know y'all remember, like, don't leave me hanging out here in these mean old streets. Emphasis on old. And I remember being so excited to go and get a physical album. Like, there was an FYE in the mall, like my local mall, and I would always go there and get it, or at Target or Walmart or whatever, and I would love seeing like the pictures on the cover, the little book that always came with it. Sometimes the book would have the lyrics in it. I used to love having those. I might have like a handful of those still left, but like, who uses CDs anymore? So obviously I don't listen to them that often, but I think it's just technology. You know, we've gotten to a place where even when we think about the evolution of movies and how we consume them, right? It went from being a VCR. I know y'all remember VCRs. Drop a comment down below if y'all remember VCRs and VHS. I remember having all the like popular Disney movies on VHS and watching it. And then we transitioned into DVDs, and then we transitioned into Blu-rays, and now it's like, who has any one of those things? Just download that, stream it from the 1,000,001 streaming services that we offer. Technology is just going so fast, and I think there's so many benefits to that, and you know, disadvantages to that as well, just like anything else. But I think that's the reason that consumers now seem to be going back to listening to individual songs that they download from, an Apple Music or a Tidal or a Spotify or whatever have you. And I feel like it's been a really long time since those days when I used to buy CDs that I've enjoyed an entire album of work, like an entire CD, like every song on a CD without skipping anything. I feel like it's been a really long time since I've enjoyed something like that. So I think that might have something to do with it. I think the way, musicians and artists make their money has changed too, right? Where it used to be album sales, it's become more about charts, I think, and more about downloads, more about concerts. So many more artists are touring. I mean, not now with Rona, of course, but in general, so many more artists are touring. So, I think that's why, basically. So the next question is, do you prefer to listen to music on your own or listen to the radio? Oh, you guys, I have strong opinions on this. I don't like to listen to the radio. I feel like you get a very limited experience as far as the music that you get to listen to on the radio. Most of the time they just have the same songs on rotation, in my opinion, and there's way too much great music for that. So I definitely prefer to listen to music on my own for sure. So next question is, has your taste in music changed over time? Absolutely. I talked a little bit about it when I was talking about my favorite artist. So obviously you mature as you grow up and as you grow older, and so do your tastes in a lot of things. I mean, even tastes in food, I feel like, have changed since I was 10 years old versus now. So definitely changed. I just think I have broadened the types of music that I listen to. Whereas when I was younger, when you're younger, all that matters is peers. I feel like peer pressure, what's popular, what is everyone else listening to, and then you just kind of go with it. A lot of it is that anyway. Sometimes, I shouldn't say always, not everyone is like that, but I felt like that's how I was when I was younger. Whereas now I'm like, what do I actually enjoy? And I can appreciate so many different genres of music so much more than I could have before, especially when it comes to a lot of the Latino music that I was talking about earlier. And I definitely appreciate that much more than when I was younger and thought it was just like old people music that my parents and aunts and uncles listened to. So I definitely have a much bigger appreciation for music now that I am older and more mature. So absolutely, my taste in music has changed over time. All right, you guys, so the last question is, name an artist that you think is underrated. So I did have a question about overrated artists, but I don't think we're going to get to it since I'm nearing the end of my plan with me. So an artist that I think is underrated is Her. That's actually her name, Her. It is an acronym. I forget what it stands for, but she's incredible. So if you like Lauryn Hill, if you like Jasmine Sullivan, if you like R&B, she gives me all of those vibes for the most part. She's so stinking talented. It's insane. Currently I am listening to Fate, her song called Fate, nonstop. I find it just absolutely beautiful. And she also has a song called I Can't Breathe. Of course, that is based off everything going on with the Black Lives Matter movement and the Black community and racial injustice. So highly recommend checking her out. I was watching one of her interviews a few weeks ago, and she apparently, when she first started, she didn't show her face. So she basically just released music and people didn't know what she looked like for a very long time. And she was like, I just wanted it to be about the music. I didn't want it to be about, you know, all the fluff that comes with the music industry. And I thought that was amazing. She's incredible, y'all. If YouTube wasn't so trifling, I would put in a little sample of her music. But I'm afraid that they're going to be like, oh, hey, copyright strike. And I don't want to deal with that. So if you guys are interested, you can totally YouTube her or Google her. And if you do, let me know what you think down below in the comments, because I find her to be incredible. So that has been my music Q&A, you guys. I'm pretty much nearing the end of my plan with me. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, as it really does help support my channel. Don't forget to subscribe for more planning and budgeting content, as well as tap the bell so you can be notified every time I upload new content. Comment down below letting me know what some of your answers to these music questions would have been, as I would love to know what you guys think, what your favorite genres are, who your favorite artists are. Let's start a whole music combo down there in the comments, because I'm down for that, obviously. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'll just finish you guys out with a little bit of music, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.